What's up, guys? So I was gonna make a joke about kids like how Shane Dawson did, except I was gonna be funny about it. It turns out I just think kids are sexy. Anyways, this video is gonna be a little longer than usual because the information I've been gathering spans multiple days. Usually I get the information the day before, and if new info comes out the next day, I act like I never seen it. Works 100% of the time. But for this subject in particular, I knew one video wasn't going to be enough just because of how much more information I found after I filmed the first video. Like when I would go back to try and get a screenshot of the account I was talking about, I'd always find like 3 profiles with the same kind of name until I found the one I needed. And what's dumb is that this kept happening because TikTok doesn't remove banned accounts from your followed list, so I didn't know if the account I was talking about got banned or it's one of these other ones with 1s instead of L's or 3s instead of E's. So basically it's gotten to the point where if we wanted to get rid of all these accounts, it would just be a wasted effort because it would just take too long finding out which ones are still active when that could be, or when that effort could be put towards getting the ones that actually post still removed. But anyways, in my last video, I talked about how accounts like these were asking little girls ages 10 to 15 to audition for them. What are they auditioning for? Well, that's a question we all have, don't we? But really what that means is that they just want a video of them twerking so they can post it on their account and or save it while at the same time being like, congratulations, you got the job. Or whatever you get after you do an audition. You got the part. However, there is some good news. The account, or their biggest account that had 14,000 followers, has been banned. Bad news. They have like 20 backup accounts that all lead back to their Instagram, who my good friend Zeph told me doesn't violate any terms of service according to Instagram. Bruh. Well, what about this, Mark Zuckerberg? What if knowing that someone on Instagram is using TikTok for this one purpose only to post what they get on Instagram? Does that not violate your terms of service, or are you just gonna let the Chinese handle this one? Because I don't think they give a shit. Regardless, their big account was deleted, so that is somewhat of a win. If winning means I have to start all my research all over again, then yeah, I'm winning by a lot. Something else I brought up in part 1 was that I thought all these accounts were being ran by older people, and that is the case for 2 of them. But after making a fake TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, the accounts that actually messaged me back were straight up adolescents with some of the most perverted minds known to man. It's like, you want to see my what? How do you even know where that is on the body? Like, I couldn't screenshot anything from Snapchat because they would have blocked me right away, but after a few days, this girl added me back, and this is what she said. She's like, how old are you? I'm like, 13. She's like, are you a girl? And I'm like, yeah. And then I sent her a random picture from Google, like, literally just took a picture of my screen, and after she saw that, she's like, oh, okay, here's the password to the account. It's ran by me and 2 other girls. You can post videos, just don't change the password. And long story short, the password didn't work, but the account got deleted anyways. And if you must know, the account was called unholy kids underscore freaky, and she told me the password was lovely123. Obviously, like I said, that didn't work, but I didn't care about the account. I then asked, do you know any other accounts like yours? And she's like, of course. And I'm like, can you send me some? And then I was blocked or unfriended, whatever. My message didn't go through. And look, I know it's hard to believe this girl was 10, or let alone even a girl to begin with, but she sent me a selfie, and I know I did the same thing, but I asked her to send me one with 3 fingers and her face. Like, and she did. Another girl that ended up adding me was way more comfortable with what she was doing. She's like, are you a girl? And I'm like, yeah. And then I sent her the same picture, and after that, she's like, okay, what kind of freaky videos do you want to see now? She was 13, dog. The only freaky thing I want to see a 13-year-old do is magic. Like, if you make a TikTok and then put your profile picture as this, and then have your name as like unholy followed by a random girl's name, and then follow like 10 similar accounts, you'll get new followers every day with accounts that look exactly like yours. I mean, this fake account I made last week now has more followers than my real account I made months ago, and I've posted 3 videos on there that have gotten over 30,000 views each. Not saying that's a lot of views, but I haven't posted shit on this fake one. Speaking of the fake one, after I made that, I just spent the first couple of days following people trying to see which accounts were active. If you remember in my last video, I said the earliest post I've seen was like in July. Well, after looking at a few more accounts, I've seen some as early as December 2019. So this shit's been going on. But after I went and followed like 100 random accounts, I started trying to get in contact with them. And this was after meeting the 10-year-old, but before meeting the 13-year-old. I don't know if that matters, but I was just like, they all can't be children. There has to be some adults amongst them. But after realizing the same thing was happening and that they all said their DMs don't work, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave comments telling people to add me on Snapchat, and whoever answers will go from there. Turns out that was only about 10% of what people call a good idea, because I forgot these videos are also meant to attract little boys. So me leaving a comment with my fake girl profile to add my fake girl Snapchat, to which they didn't know was fake, just left me with hundreds of horny teenage boys wanting me to add them back. After that happened though, I took a different approach, and short story long, I didn't find too many adults pretending to be little kids. Instead, what I found was an overwhelming amount of kids doing this all on their own. Like, here's a video that popped up on my For You page, the following page.
Hey guys, so at 1K we'll be doing a face reveal, and at 100 we'll be doing a voice reveal. So yeah, you guys can start auditioning. But like, we'll start going live at like 1K, so like, you guys can like actually hear our voices straight and you can see our faces, so yeah.
Not only is that obviously a kid using a voice effect, but that's how their whole system works. They get followers and then reveal stuff about themselves, such as their face and or voice. And it's like, if you're 18 and you want to do that, be my guest. No, literally, be my guest and twerk for me. But if you're under 18 to the point where you're 12... no! Like, I really didn't want to believe this was the work of kids. Like, I really thought someone was getting these videos and making it look like a girl posted it, but then tragedy struck like a fucking crowbar to the head when I saw one of the accounts go live. Obviously, I'm not going to show their face. I'll show you the profile name, but this is what I saw when the account went live. I know the face blur takes away from what I found, but just listen to her talk and feel your asshole clench.
I forgot that I was on live and there's like people there. Wow, I'm famous. Yeah, it was. It was like really high at one point. Thanks!
And on top of that, this is what people were saying. Wait, you're not gonna show us nothing? And you're not gonna show us ass? Like, what? Like, good thing she didn't show us anything and we just saw a girl typing on her keyboard. And look, as bad as this is, I can't control if two 13-year-olds want to trade pics. That's where their parents step in. I don't really think it's illegal, since they're both children, but it only takes one, meaning it only takes one person with bad intentions to see what's going on here to start taking advantage of everyone. And because I'm a goddamn super sleuth, I found that one person. No, it isn't me, but it is someone I did look over in the first video. I overlooked. Maybe it is me. So real quick, this is another profile I found that isn't active on TikTok, but they are on Snapchat. You should go and report them because they're selling videos of children on Snapchat. Anyways, about the guy I overlooked. In my last video, I showed you this picture and said, after I DM'd the Children of God Instagram account, their profile turned to this Tanner guy. That was all I said about it, and then I think I left a comment or I put in the description that he probably has something to do with this. Well, basically, that probably has turned into a definitely. So part of my reconnaissance for gathering this information was finding out who this Tanner guy was. I might be going after a random kid, but I wanted to know what he was doing with the backup account. I wanted to know what he was doing with the backup account. And some time passes and I finally get him to answer me on Instagram thinking I'm a girl wanting to audition. And here's how our conversation went. Hey, I tried messaging you about auditioning to be posted on TikTok on your old account. Okay, send me your video here then. Alright, when I'm done with school. I'm 15, is that okay? What's your TikTok? I haven't posted anything because I just heard about the auditioning or whatever and saw you were asking for vids. Yeah, but are you even a real girl? You have no pics of you or anything. What do you look like? And then I sent him the same pic I've been sending everyone and he's like, oh, okay, add me on Snap. And then I'm like, is it the T Florence one? He's like, yeah. So as you can see, as long as you can prove you're a girl, he does not care what age you are. And I did eventually add him on Snapchat, but he wanted a video this time. And after joking with him about if he was a real boy, he blocked me. But I do have all his info. So first off, this is his TikTok, and I don't know if this is still going to be up by the time I film this, but it could be banned, but that's just what he does. He gets banned and then pops up with a new account the next day. His Instagram account is a different story, though. It doesn't get banned, but he just keeps changing the name, so after he blocks you, you can't go and look him back up under that same name. Pro tip, he always uses the name Tanner Florence. I know it doesn't, that's how you say Florence. I had to look that up too. But it's always a variation of these two names. But yeah, this is his TikTok and Instagram, I'll try to put or while I'm editing, I'll try to find if he changed it and put the latest ones, but this bitch is crafty. And some of you are probably looking at this kid and wondering, why is a good-looking kid like this asking 12-year-olds for videos? He literally looks like a student teachers would fuck. Well, it turns out, thanks to super sleuth and training Ari, she found out in literally 5 seconds. Like, no joke, it was so fast I thought she was behind the whole thing. But she found out that this guy was stealing pics from this guy. And yes, I did let him know, and yes, he did make a video about it, which coincidentally led me to this other girl who said that this Tanner guy asked her for videos, but she never sent them. And oh yeah, her profile says she's 14. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's part 2 of everything going down on TikTok without anyone really knowing. These are the accounts, your profiles you want to report. You can also go back to part 1 and see more examples. Also, remember these accounts are primarily run by children, so if you think leaving a comment saying, "Don't do this, this is so wrong," is going to make them stop, then you have no idea the monsters this generation is breeding.
Wow, I'm famous.
Like, maybe there are more accounts that were being run by adults that I overlooked, but unless you find one that's really tickling your balls the wrong way, like this Children of God one was, then you would know that, or you could see that these have the workings of children being posted all over them. As for Tanner, well, I found out about him completely by accident. If I hadn't messaged him asking to audition, then I would have never seen him change his profile, therefore I would have thought it just got deleted. Like, he could have made a new profile and just dipped, but this dumbass had to let the super sleuth see everything he was doing unfold right before my eyes. Oh yeah, and he also still has access to his old account. I don't know if I told you this, but at one point he said he got locked out of this account, but he just changed the profile picture and username, so he's not. So remember, report, and then maybe I'll throw report. And if you can't find any to report, remember that he either got banned or he changed his name. I wish there was a better way to keep track of him, but unless you're a girl that can provide him with twerking videos, which I am more than willing to do, we're shit out of luck. Actually, there is a way to keep track of him. If you look up his name on your Instagram and then click on his profile, and then every time you click on the search bar, his profile will pop up on your recent, no matter how many times he changes the name. Just make sure you don't follow it, I guess, so he doesn't block you. Or if you do follow him, make sure you are a 10 to 15-year-old girl. Also, one more tiny thing. This girl has the same Snapchat as the first person to ever message me back from the Child of God account. Part 3 coming soon? Probably not. Peace.